Today we'll discuss what a load cell is, how they work, and how you can use them to measure weight. Load cells convert mechanical energy into a signal that can be measured. There are different types of load cells, including hydraulic, pneumatic, capacitive, and more. The most common variety, and the ones we'll be talking about today, are strain gauge load cells. Strain gauge load cells, like this one here, use small, resistive sensors called strain gauges to convert mechanical energy into an electrical signal. A strain gauge typically consists of a fine metal conductor that's arranged in a specific pattern and is attached to a thin, flexible, non-conductive backing. As the strain gauge experiences tension or compression, the resistance of the strain gauge changes. The strain gauges are glued to the frame of the load cell, and a protective coating is then applied to them. Here, we can see the strain gauges exposed. Load cells like these typically use 4 strain gauges that are arranged in a Wheatstone bridge configuration. As the resistance value of the strain gauges change, the output of the Wheatstone bridge will also change. There are many different types of strain gauge load cells. A few are shown here. Each one has the same basic components. An inflexible frame or body, generally made of aluminum or a steel alloy. 1 or more strain gauges. Wires for power, ground, and signal. Now that we know the basics, let's build a simple scale. For this scale, we'll use a single-point load cell with a capacity of 5 kilograms. We'll also need a supporting structure. This includes a top plate that the load will rest on and a bottom plate to secure the load cell to. Here's the result after assembling. Make sure your arrow is pointed in the correct direction and that you have adequate spacing between your load cell and your structure. This spacing will allow the load cell to bend freely when a load is applied. If you'd like to build a similar scale, check out our weighing scale kit. This kit has everything you need to start measuring weight. It includes a 780-gram load cell, a 5-kilogram load cell, and a 25-kilogram load cell. The next step is to wire our scale to a load cell interface. Here, we'll be using the Wheatstone bridge fidget. This device takes the raw voltage from a load cell, amplifies it, and provides a clean, stable digital value. Wiring to this device is simple. You can use the following table as a guide, but always check the datasheet of your particular load cell before connecting. After connecting a Vint hub fidget and a USB cable to my computer, I'm ready to start using the scale. We can view the output from our load cell using the fidget control panel. The raw output is presented as a voltage ratio with units of volts per volt. Here, we can see the output of the load cell is about 14 microvolts per volt when the scale is unloaded. In order to convert this output to more meaningful units like grams or pounds, we need to calibrate our load cell. Calibrating is a simple process. You'll need a known weight, like this, or you can use a trusted scale to determine the weight of an everyday object. We'll calibrate through the control panel. The first step is to determine the offset. Next, we'll measure the weight of an object with our trusted scale and then apply the same weight to our scale. Our calibration is now complete. For an in-depth look at calibration, view our load cell calibration video. We can take the calibration parameters from the control panel and apply them in our custom software. Here, we have a Python program that's measuring weight and displaying the result on a graphic LCD fidget. Let's test our scale with a few objects. We can see that the results from our scale are quite accurate. Thanks for watching this video. Here are some key points that we've learned. The most common type of load cell is a strain gauge load cell. It converts mechanical energy into an electrical signal. A strain gauge is a small resistive sensor. When deformed, its resistance changes, which can be measured. There are many varieties of strain gauge load cells, including single point, S-type, and button. The output from a strain gauge load cell is very small, so specialized interfaces, like the Wheatstone bridge fidget, are required. Load cells can be used for precisely measuring weight, detecting the presence of an object, materials testing, and more.